Good day, loves.
Got one.
We're live
Got
on
two.
YouTube. Bring this down a little.
Got three. Okay.
Good
Welcome,
day.
welcome.
Welcome back to the Holistic Freedom Secrets podcast. We
Yes,
are in
indeed.
episode 29.
Something
Episode
like
29.
that.
Yes.
Yes.
And I am Coach Tensi. I'm a
Coach Soul.
holistic health coach, and I'm joined with my husband, Coach Soul. He specializes in meditation, mind mastery, also a holistic health coach. And yes, today's topic, since we are continuing on with the 5-prong healing system, every day of the week we highlight one of the 5 main elements to integrate into a daily practice in order to really keep health sustainable and that you can
Healthy
actually
living,
act
sustainable,
on it.
yeah.
Yeah, true health. And that's holistic health. So
Mhm.
mind, body, spirit, and the everything that comes up with that. So today is Move Day.
Mhm.
And what is the topic for today?
Nature moves. We are embracing outdoor activities. We're talking about grounding and earthing. We are talking about being outside and moving outside because one of the more holistic approaches to making sure that you move every day is just to make sure that you move away from like where you're going to sleep and beyond just going to where you make your income. So, and what do I mean by holistic? I mean, you're getting the vitamin D from the sun, you're breathing in cleaner air. You are, if you're able to, have some grounding shoes or walk barefoot, then the electromagnetic connection that you have with the earth is being enhanced in a positive way.
And that has anti-inflammatory effects. So if we have pains, if we have any sort of mental disorders or disturbances, it helps bring down the on a cellular level, the inflammation that causes all of these things in our body. Helps reduce it.
My bad, yeah. And if it's warm outside, you often don't need to do much to go ahead and sweat and open up some detox pathways.
Yes.
So that's what I mean by being outside and moving outside. Even if you're doing your workout outside, is oftentimes a very holistic approach. Is period a holistic approach, and that's correct. To movement.
Yeah.
On Move Day, we discuss things like fitness, yoga, breath work, things like that. Today, we're talking about doing some things outside. So, our brief focus is moving outside and activities that you can do like without your phone, right? Or where your phone is just providing the guidance. So you're not taking notes, you're not taking selfies necessarily. All of that is put to the side and just are outside. You can leave it inside if you have, if you got a safe place that you're going to,
or leave it in the car too.
Or leave it in the car, and you're outside. Now there are a bunch of different ways to move in nature, right? By the way, you guys, we have Facebook family over here, lovely Instagram family in the middle, and YouTube over here, and that's why our heads are gonna swivel a little bit.
Yeah.
If you're new here, that's what happens.
Yeah. So, real quick before we dive into some different ways to move into nature, just want to give a reminder: if our content is something that resonates with you, if holistic health is something that you're interested in, or you think that someone that you know would have interest in this, share this episode out. It really helps us out with the algorithm. Comment down below, give it a like as we're getting started. And let us know what it is that, like, how you move, and some of your experiences with movement out in nature as well. That's going to be really helpful, and it also helps us customize the content. Every episode, we always listen to what people are needing and what people are saying. So yeah, let's keep those conversations going.
Now, one of the ways that you can, move healthily outside, you actually probably used to do this a lot, which is just called play. You take your kids outside and just play with them outside. You can take, depending on how old you are, you take a cousin outside and just find something that you guys can do and play with, and go play for 15, 25 minutes, right? It doesn't have to be super long. You don't have to make it into where, your intention is to be so intense that it has to last, an hour and a half or anything like that. You can simply go outside and play for 15, 25 minutes. And, we used to, there a lot of even children don't even do this type of thing anymore, especially depending on the neighborhood you live in.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're able to, then going out, and I don't just mean the backyard, but the backyard will suffice. But if you live near a wooded area, if you live near a park that you can go to and visit, then
if you
a
live
trail.
near grass somewhere.
Everybody has a lawn, pretty much.
I mean, it depends on what your living circumstances are,
right.
What area of a city, or
right.
So you might not have a lot of grass nearby you, but if you can find you a patch of grass, then you can bring with you a blanket. You can have a picnic. It can be like habit stacking, where oh yeah, food and movement at the same time. Okay, I see where you're going with that. Okay, well, you can still bring a blanket, and you can bring like a quick game. It could be like a deck of cards, or it could be like a board game or whatever. But whatever you're doing, a good way to kind of move outside and play outside is, it could be some sort of interactive game, like freeze tag. How we used to do that when we were little, playing with your kids. You're habit stacking by spending time with your kids more, and you're getting movement and you're getting cardio in. So if you're in your power phases, then that's a really cool time to do something like that, where you're focusing on cardio.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Another is walking a trail or hiking.
Mm-hmm.
Right, finding a trail, either that's already established or that's just popular, at a nearby park, a nearby hill, whatever, and walking that trail.
Hula hooping. If you like to hula hoop, if you have a hula hoop, bring that out with you and do it outside. And really get into it. Yoga outside, stretching outside, biking, or if you like running and jogging, and maybe you're training for a marathon, instead of just running on a treadmill or biking on a Peloton indoors, or some sort of exercise bike indoors, you can definitely bring that outside, because there have also been studies about whenever we are moving forward and we are, so that could be in walking or biking or whatever it is, when we're moving forward and we have things that we're going through in our minds, whether it's a challenge that's happened and we're processing that helps us, helps our minds get into the mode of moving through that challenge in a meaningful and in a productive way as well.
It's like it sets a metaphor up for your mind for the things that you may be facing in your work life or in your family life, or both.
Yeah.
Another thing about doing these things outside is that it sets a tone, like almost like a meditative setting. So when you're outside in nature, nature is abundantly obedient to the creator, meaning the tree is not going to try and speed up its growth to boost its ego. A flower, the bee colony is not going to go out of whack and do things that are out of whack with their natural flow, unless they're, doing an active defense or defending their home, something like that.
I mean,
And
that's
so
in natural flow too.
in nature, you're going to be surrounded by things that are very much slowed down from our illusory hustle to make the bread nature that we've developed here, which is an artificial nature, which is an artificial um, shared cultural norm of today's societies. But when you do these things in nature, when you're stretching, doing yoga, running, hiking, biking, whatever it is, hula hooping, then playing, right? Then you're surrounded by things that are in harmony with the natural flow of the universe. And that just can elevate your sense of calm. It can elevate your sense of understanding in terms of understanding yourself and the world. And it can help you connect more to the gratitude for being alive, right? To gratitude for just being a part of this great harmony.
Yeah. And this also comes with outdoor games and sports. But I'd like to just share a few things about my own personal story of as Omi is, processing things,
moving things
around. um, so I don't know about you, but scrolling is a big thing. And sometimes it's really hard to stop scrolling on social media, looking to see what friends are saying and, continuing on in conversations throughout the day. So, one of the ways to kind of stop that, because I noticed that um, maybe a couple years back, I was starting to really become very incredibly dependent on and attached to social media. And to me, that was feeling very like it was getting in the way of time that I could be spending elsewhere in terms of my business, in terms of my relationship, in terms of my health. And it just was throwing off my sleep cycle. And I would wake up. Yeah, exactly. I would wake up with the sun. I read a book and I listened to this YouTube video and it was talking about how to reset the sleep cycles so that so they call it like circadian rhythms, the waking and sleeping cycles. And one of the things that they were talking about is going out into nature with the sunrise and seeing the sunset so that your eyes are exposed to the sun rays in the morning time and in the evening. And that helps with uh, showing your body, cueing it up to, hey, we are awake now. Hey, or like if it's a morning or if it's evening, hey, we're going to sleep. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I did it. I got up early. It was cold. I bundled up and I brought my moccasins with me and I walked just out of the house that we were staying in at the time. And I just walked to the nearest patch of grass and it happened to be like there was a tree there. So I walked toward the tree and I just sat down I brought my yoga mat with me and my journal. And I just looked at the sun. And when it's that early in the day, like just sunrise and sunset,
yeah, it's not going to burn your eyes.
It's not going to damage your eyes. And in fact, it does the reverse. It helps strengthen your eyes.
Yeah.
So, so I looked at the sun and I put my feet on the grass. And it was just a great moment to breathe. And it reminded me how simple things can be, how simple healing can be. And that was one of the things that really stayed with me. And then from there, I watched documentaries like the Earthing documentary. I don't know if you ever watched that, but it goes deep into the studies and like real life testimonials of people that have helped reverse chronic conditions just with earthing and with grounding. And of course, from there, they got inspired to change other aspects of their lifestyle too, to be in alignment with breaking down pain and inflammation.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really profound for me and a super healer. And we used to go on nature walks a lot to
We still do.
we still do, but I mean like we went to the park and there was nature. Okay. Um we still go to the park, but it's like not necessarily like
It's
you're
a
gonna
different park.
see. Yeah, exactly. So these different activities can be healing
Yeah.
as well.
And there's a bunch of things that you can do while earthing or grounding, meaning having direct connection between your skin and the soil, or at least magnetic connection that's not broken by your footwear. And they consist of observing nature, right? Just going and looking at the harmony, bird watching, uh, looking at different plant life, and just observing for yourself without the Discovery Channel, without anything in particular. Just observing nature, right? Also, mindfulness practices and meditation, going out, sitting under a tree, maybe kicking your shoes off, and meditating for, again, 15, 20 minutes.
Gardening, if you have a home garden, just pulling weeds, planting some things, tending to your garden. Not only is it a mini workout, especially in this hot sun, but it is phenomenal because it doesn't have to be your feet, it can be your hands connected to nature.
Yeah.
It can be your hands.
Creative activities such as drawing, painting, writing, journaling, um, being creative, but just doing so outside in nature, right? And so there's a bunch of different things that you can do to both ground and to keep yourself active while soaking up some good vitamin D or even moonlight. And uh, they are important for your overall holistic health as well as your connection to Mother Earth and the greater harmony of this 3D space, this universe.
Yeah. And literally, when it comes to grounding, since we mentioned it, we mentioned soul, like the materials of
Soil.
the of your shoes.
Oh, your shoe. Yeah.
What breaks the connection? We didn't actually get into. I feel like that's helpful since we're talking about earthing right now to just quickly mention.
Yeah.
But
plastic, rubber, these things they
asphalt,
glass,
wood, these all they don't have the like say if you're wearing shoes, they will break the connection, or like you're probably not gonna wear Jordans.
Wood? That's very surprising.
Wood is not like you're not gonna get the thing. I mean, of course, it's still nature, but you're not gonna get the free electrons from the earth.
Okay.
If you're,
I mean, nobody has wooden footwear anymore, but I was surprised to hear that.
Where, yeah. But concrete, as long as it's not painted or like it doesn't have some sort of varnish or sheen sealant over it, yeah. Concrete is fine.
Although concrete gets really hot in the summer.
Word. What else? Natural materials, of course. If you're grounding and you're wanting
leather,
to still wear your shoes, then keeping in mind your socks, if you can find 100% natural fiber like cotton or linen or wool or things like that. So not your plastic materials like nylon, rayon, polyester.
All the things made from oil. Yeah, all the things that are plastic.
Yeah.
And the easiest way is to either connect your bare feet or connect your bare hands to the soil, or your bare legs, right? If you can just like sit down outside with shorts on, then there you go. Direct skin contact with soil.
But we say hands and feet because the pores in them are the largest.
Largest, yeah.
So you can absorb the most, and absorbing the most free electrons helps reduce free radicals for those that experience chronic conditions and inflammation. It also helps. It's really all that means. It's like a big word, and all it just means is that your body's on like your cells on a cellular and even smaller than that on an atomic level it needs electrons, right? A sick cell will seek out electrons from a healthy cell and damage that cell if it's not received from some other source. And back in the day, they would say, take your shoes off or you're going to get sick, okay? They don't say that no more because people are quick to get the Jordans, right? But, or have the shoe collection out this world, like my shoe collection used to be. Anyway, but what we are at now is an electron deficit. We're not getting enough electrons in our bodies, and so our cells are taking from healthy cells, and those healthy cells are becoming damaged. So to reverse that, it's a simple, free thing. Yeah.
We like simple and free.
We like it.
So thank you for tuning in to episode 29 of the Holistic Freedom Secrets podcast. I'm excited to get to episode 30 because I just really like that number. Be still, baby. Yelling at the people, okay?
She's on an adventure.
And she needs a diaper change.
Yeah.
So please subscribe, follow, like, comment, share this out, and notify yourself for the next time that we are live or going live, as that tells the algorithm that you like the content, you think other people might like the content, as well as you think the content is worthy of being spread on the internet.
Yeah, that's the only way we're going to get the word out and really get this message to people that need to see it. And let us know what is in the comments. Let us know what is your favorite way to move in nature.
All right. See you guys in the next one.
Okay. Take good care.